So, how do we get out of this all or nothing mindset with nutrition? Either I'm all in, I'm 100% strict, I'm eating clean, or I'm eating junk food, I'm having donuts, the day is over. What do we need to do to get out of that mindset to move forward and just enjoy daily life and take the energy off of food? So, that's what we're going to talk about today, this all or nothing mindset. And when I think about that, I think about going down a mountain. And if you're all in, you're basically squealing down the mountain in your vehicle, no brakes, all gas, and barely going around these corners. And really, you're just waiting for yourself to crash. And then when you crash, you got to start all over again. And you're like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. And then I go to a party and I have wings, and then I drink, and then I do all these other things, squill off the mountain, fall down, and then restart all over. So what we're looking to do here is hopefully get the brakes back and then allow you to downshift. So an all or nothing mindset with nutrition, I think, as a dietitian is not great, because we need to be able to get to our destination safely, right? So as we go around those turns, we slowly apply the brake. Or as we have those dangerous curves, like we're going to Vegas for the weekend, maybe we need to downshift and go slower, but don't let the wheels fall off, right? So how do you do this? That is the big question, is really taking the energy off of food and still enjoying the things that you like. So I'm going to a Super Bowl party, or I'm going to Vegas. Maybe I'm going to still eat something that's decent and not just completely eat like crap and drink as much as I want all the weekend or the entire weekend. And then when I get back, I'll restart on Monday. So that way it's a lot smoother transition to come back into real life, right? So that's where I talk about 3 guidelines that you can do on a trip. That's very, very, very easy to do, and you just got to set them up. They don't have to be crazy, but you're going to find 3 guidelines that you can do to where you can still have health as a priority and still have fun at the same time. So if we use the Vegas example, an all or nothing mindset would be, all right, on the way to the airport, as I get there, I'm going to start. I'm not going to care what I'm doing. I'm going to eat, drink, gamble, and then come back and restart on Monday. 5 pounds heavier, tired, lethargic, and have to start at square one, right? Or we can develop 3 guidelines that might support you going to Vegas. Whereas like, hey, I'm going to increase my activity level daily. Well, if you walk in Vegas quite frequently, you're going to get a lot of steps in. All right, so my activity level is going to be there. I'm going to make sure, number 2, I'm going to make sure that I'm drinking enough water. So I'm making sure that I've got 3 or 4 big 30-ounce bottles of water drank by the time it hits 3 o'clock. That could be a second one. Number 3, I'm going to make sure that I eat 3 fruits and vegetables, and then go from there. So you're going to be active, you're going to be hydrated, and you're going to make sure you get your fruits and veggies in, right? These are all very positive things. And then on top of that, there's not, I can't drink, or I can't do this, or whatever. You're just noticing that you're checking these 3 boxes, and it feels pretty good. So that way, when you transition back home, you'll have been hydrated, been active, gotten some produce in, so it's not so much of a change. So you don't have to start at the top of the mountain again, to where you're like, yeah, I went a little slow, I pumped the brakes a little bit, I downshifted. I still had a freaking good time though. So that way, these transitions and these life things that tend to always happen, they don't really get in the way. It's not an either or, it's an and. I had a fun time in Vegas and I didn't completely screw myself or fall off the rails or whatever and restart on Monday. No, I'm transitioning back. It's more of a smooth transition, a shift in I'm going to be a little bit more health conscious, not I'm all or nothing. I'm all in or I'm all out. Because that really doesn't support long-term health and nutrition. It puts a lot of energy on food if you're all in or all out. So finding something to where you can find 3 guidelines, they're not too bad, you still have fun, and you get results. That's the sweet spot.